Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome you to a new episode of League of Myths. As always, make sure to stay tuned to the very end for another Phoenix giveaway. But without much further ado, let us jump to the first myth. This one submitted by Leonard. Can Draven catch his axes while he is in Zhonya's form? So this myth is of course pretty straightforward. We all know and love Draven for the fact that he's such a fun character due to the fact that every time you throw your Q at an opponent, it flies back and you have to catch it in order to throw it again. But can he catch it while he's in Zhonya's? So as I throw the Q onto Cho'Gath, I pop the Zhonya's, the axe goes right to my initial location, and while I'm in the Zhonya's form, he catches the axe. As you can see, it is still spinning in his arms. The next myth submitted by Fabian on Twitter. If Trundle uses his ultimate on a DC target within the base, does he get the base stats? Or does he get a percentage of the roughly 1000 armor and MR due to that player being DC'd? So if you are unaware, when a player disconnects or leaves the game, after about 30 seconds they automatically get about 1000 armor and MR. This is to make it so that you can't simply just walk in and spawn kill them and potentially farm off that champion. And Trundle's ultimate takes 40% of a target's armor and MR. So does it take into account the extra 1000 armor and MR that you get from being DC'd? In order to test this, I of course walk into the Gragas, pop my ultimate flash out before I die to tower, and looking at my armor and MR, you can see it is jumping up significantly. Which means that you take a percentage of even the extra 1000 armor and MR, and not just the base armor and MR of what Gragas would have at this level. The third myth submitted by Nice99. If Braum W's on an ally who takes Thresh Lantern, does Braum follow them? So for this one, there are two test case scenarios. The first one is Braum using his W, the leap, after the ally has clicked on the lantern. And just as that happens, I use it and you can see that Braum jumps to wherever her location was midway through the flight as I use my W. But what if Braum uses his W just before the ally takes the lantern? Well, as that happens as well, this time Braum just simply goes to their initial location, but he never fully follows them. The fourth myth submitted by Ascend. Can Alistar ult out of Yasuo's ultimate while he has him in the air? So if you don't know, tenacity does not reduce the duration of knockups, because being knocked up is a special kind of crowd control, nor can you necessarily cleanse or Q assess it. But since Alistar's ultimate removes CC, does it apply to something like Yasuo's ultimate, which is kind of like a knockup? And just as I use the Q and knock him in the air and pop my ultimate, Alistar uses his own ultimate and gets right out of it. We tried it again another time, this time letting Alistar wait a bit before he pops his ultimate, just to make sure Yasuo actually has him in the air, but the exact same thing happens. So it does seem like Alistar can use his ultimate to get out of Yasuo's ultimate that keeps him in the air. And the final myth of this episode by Gustav. Is it possible to spell shield Twitch's E ability, since it is kind of unique? The reason I want to test this one specifically is because Twitch's E does activate based on the stacks of his passive, and his E does go through things like Yasuo Wall, as we tested it earlier, so it does act in somewhat of a unique way compared to most other skills. And normally you spell shield projectile type abilities, for example Twitch's W. All these reasons are why I wanted to test this one specifically, and as we finally go into the test case scenario, I put the max stacks of my passive, and as Sivir pops her spell shield, I pop my E and it does absorb it. Alright guys, that does mark the end of this episode of League of Myths. If you did enjoy, please don't forget to throw in a like, and you can also submit your own myth down below in the comments or on my Facebook fan page Redmercy LOL. Or you can tweet at me at Redmercy LOL and also submit a myth. But on to the Phoenix giveaway. First, I want to congratulate David Araki for winning last week's episode. But this week, I will be giving away the Phoenix Nasita and Dimora, their famous mouse and mousepad. I've been using the mouse and mousepad for quite some time and it's just awesome. So in order for one of you lucky people to have a chance to win, all you have to do is simply like this video, follow myself and Phoenix on Twitter, and simply tweet at myself and Phoenix saying why you want to win, making sure to include the hashtag PhoenixRedmercy. And in a week's time, I will pick a winner and announce it in the next video. Good luck to everyone entering. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you next time. Peace.